Hi guys, good morning. Good morning guys. Am I audible? Are you getting my voice? Okay, Naveen is giving reply. Actually, I'm getting doubt my voice is coming or not to you guys. Okay, so yes, good morning to all. So shall we continue? Yeah guys.
Yeah, please
So
continue.
myself, yes. So myself, Srinivas, I'm teaching here web applications development related technologies So using a Python, using a Django, using a REST API. Okay. So I'm teaching these all things. So pure Python side development, Python language, Django framework, and another REST API is there. Okay. One more extra tool is there, REST API. On top of Django, REST API is there. That is also I'm going to teach. So here majorly I'm discussing Django framework and Django REST framework. Django framework is different. Django REST framework is different, guys. Okay. So all Django developers must be required to know about the REST API also. So that is only small plugin. Once you are understanding about the Django, then easily you can learn about this Django REST framework. Okay. So forget about that one. So right now here we are going to discuss about the Django framework. Our framework name is what? Django. Okay. So this is our framework, guys. So DJANGO, here D is there, DJANGO, but in this DJANGO, D is silent. That's why we are calling only Django framework. Are you understand this one? So professionally, as a professional developer, you need to call like this Django framework. Don't say like Django. When you are attending the interview, if you are talking like Django, then interview person are simply laughing. Okay, so that's why Django framework we are calling as. So why you are going to decide this Django framework? What is the use of Django framework, and why need to learn this Django framework? So we need to learn these all points. Okay. So first of all, if you want to learn this Django framework, what are the prerequisites? Okay. So what are the prerequisites? Means Python software, 100% Python software is required. Python required, guys. Okay. So Python software is required to learn this Django. Python software is required to learn this Django framework. Understand this one? So why Python is required? Why Python is required for Django means Django framework is purely developed. Django framework is purely developed by using the Python software only. That's why in our machine Python software we need to install if you want to work with Django framework. Clear this one? Okay. So first of all, some points we will discuss about the Python. So compared to Java, .NET, these all things, the Python is a powerful language. Okay, and easy language also, and dynamic language also. Okay, so many features at the time of learning Python you are getting about Python. These all advantages. So why Python is easy? How can you say Python is easy? Just one small example I will tell, guys. Okay, I want to print one hello message using the Python. I want to print one hello message using the Python. Then how we are going to print means by using the print method. Am I right? By using the print method, you are going to write our message. Hello, I'm going to give, guys. Then here semicolon, these all things not required. Some languages following the semicolon at the end of the line. So simply you are going to use the print method. We are going to print the hello message. So as a Python developer, you need to require understanding about the print method. What is the use of print method? By using the print method, we are going to printing some response on the console. Clear? So just if you are knows about this print method, then enough to print a hello word. But same message, same hello message, if you want to print using the using the Java, if you want to print using the Java language, so inside Java, CoreJava, Advanced Java, Spring, Hibernate, like a number of frameworks are there. So using the Java, how you are going to print this hello message. Okay. So here you are going to create a class keyword. You are going to create one class keyword followed by one class name. For example, sample I'm taking. So Java follows curly brace structure. In Python, we are using the indentation column operator. Okay. So now here you are going to write a public static void main. Okay. So public static void main, and then this is a method public static void main. In this you are going to write string args, like this you are writing. So again curly brace you are going to start. Now inside this so system, this is a predefined class system dot out dot this is a predefined object dot println, this is a one predefined method. Okay, so now here you are going to write your hello message. Here you are going to write hello message, and also semicolon is required. Semicolon also required. Clear this one? So this is a Java. Using Java, you are going to write a hello message. Using the Python, you are going to write hello message. So using the Python, single line you are writing. So by using the print method. So if you know about a print method, then you can print the hello. But if you want to print a hello message using the Java, then you need to know what is class, what is this one class name. Okay, what is public, what is static, what is void, what is the main, and what is the string, what is the arguments. So this is a predefined class system. Out is a predefined object, and println is a method. Then you are going to print the message. Okay, and semicolon also required. If you are forgetting this semicolon also, you are getting the error. Clear this one? So if you want to print one hello message using the Java, then we need to know about these all things. Public, static, void, main, system, out, println, class keyword. These all things we need to know information. Every word, every keyword, public, static, void, class, these all things, everything is having some predefined meaning. First of all, we need to learn about these all things, and then we can print this hello message. Do you understand this one? So just if you want to print one hello, then these all lines of code we are writing. But these are, instead of writing these all lines using the Java, simply using the Python, one line enough to print the message. That's why we can say Python is easy to developing the coding. Are you understanding, all people, this difference? Okay, so in Python dynamic memory allocation we are giving. Okay, Python is taking dynamic memory allocation. For example, a equal to 10 you are writing, means this 10 value storing inside the a variable, and it is creating the integer memory. Python itself can understanding this is a integer memory. Okay, and next I'm going to take b equal to, for example I'm going to take when hello. Okay, so nothing but this is a string. This is a string. Python itself dynamically understanding. So based on the input, what data you are giving. So for that, one memory is going to be allocated. So for A, one int memory allocated. For B, one string memory allocated. Okay, so like this, dynamically understanding by Python. But if you are writing the Java, so int A equal to 10 you need to write. Okay, and then semicolon also is required. Clear this one? So then understanding, first you are giving this one integer type maintaining inside the a variable. So integer type, what value? 10 value you are going to maintaining. So this is the thing. If I am writing like this, int a equal to for example hello I am writing. Okay, and then semicolon, then immediately this line returns error. Why? Means hello is a string, but you are trying to store what? Integer value. Both are different types, then we are getting the error. But here b equal to hello I am writing, then obviously string type data is going to take here. Okay, so means what value you are giving input, what input you are giving, based on that one here Python itself automatically generated type of data automatically. But here Java development, in Java development, as a developer, that is our responsibility. That is developer responsibility to representing what type of data we are going to store. If you are giving wrong data type, error coming. Okay, so this is the static data type you are calling. This is we are calling dynamic data type. This is also one of the best feature using the Python. Like so many are there at the time of learning Python. You are learning Python course. So your initial days, Python learning initial days, you are getting these all differentiation, guys. Clear this one? So now Django framework is purely developed by using the Python software. I'm telling. Django framework is developing purely Python software. That's why to developing web applications, real-time applications, if you are using the Django framework, then we are going to write less lines of code. So here only hello message you are writing these all lines. Same thing using Python, one line you are writing. Same like when you are going to developing the web application using Java 1000 lines code, if you are writing using Python, so maximum 500 lines code enough. Okay, means of code you are going to reducing, lot of lines code you are reducing. When you are reducing the more lines of code means readability is increasing, complexity is decreasing, performance is increasing, like so many benefits are there. Memory saving, so cost of the project saving, duration of the project saving. Okay, so like a number of benefits are there using the Django framework if we are developing the applications. That's why nowadays this Django framework is getting more demanding for developing the web applications compared to Java and .NET. Java.NET having good market since last 15 to 20 years onwards. Okay, from last 20 years or 15 years onwards, Java is having good market. But recently, from last 4 5 years onwards, Python is increasing graph more and more compared to Java and .NET. Okay, for example, Java started here, so slowly increasing graph like this. Okay, so like this increasing Java. Python also started here. Then directly increasing that graph. Python graph is increasing more and more compared to Java.NET. Right now, Java.NET are going stable wise. Okay, stability wise going, not increasing more and more. Projects are not developing more and more using the Java and .NET nowadays. Previously, old days increasing. Okay, that's why suddenly raising that days. But right now, after came Python and Django framework, so this Django and Python is only getting more market. These all things standardly is going. No improvement. Clear this one? So why we are learning this Django framework means nowadays hundreds of projects are going using the Python technologies, Python Django related development. Okay, so why company people are choosing Django only as their framework to developing applications means, so compared to other language related frameworks, using the Django framework we are going to get the so many benefits while developing our applications. Okay, so any company guys, all company people, company owners, founders are there. All founders are looking for three factors. All founders are looking for three factors. One is saving time. Saving what? Time, sir. Next, another one is saving cost of the project. Okay. Next, third one is giving best performance. Improving the performance of application. Simply improving performance of application. Means speed of application is increasing. Clear this one? So always all company people are looking about these things, looking for these things. Okay, so within the less time with less cost, I need to developing the best application. That is by using the Django framework is possible compared to other languages. Clear this one? Yeah. So major point this one. For example, using Java, if you are developing 1 lakh, you are spending as 1 lakh. Using the Django, then 50 to 60,000 enough to developing the same project. Okay. And using the Java, 2 months time you are taking, 2 months time you are taking to developing that application. Using the Django, 1 month time only enough. Means entire that second month cost saving. For every employee we are paying this amount. Okay, so those all amount we are going to save. And also less lines of code we are going to write. In Java 1000 lines you are writing means in Django 500 lines you are writing, for example. So less lines code you are writing. When you are writing the less lines code, then obviously performance is increasing. Why means line to line, top to bottom, line by line executing programs. So when less lines code is there means within the less time going to execute. Within the less time means nothing but saving the time only. Because of the less lines we are going to save the time. And because of the less time, so we are going to save the cost also. Instead of developing the 2 months, you are developing within 1 month means entire that second month cost we are saving. Clear this one? So when you are writing the less lines means obviously performance of application is also going to be increasing. So these three factors, main factors, all founders are looking for these three things, guys. Okay, so you can take one example. Nowadays so many Java developers are there. Java developers are there. Java developers developing the Java project, guys. Java project, Java apps. Okay?
Srinivas, once again, can you start
Yeah.
directly with the Django framework? We are not interested in learning the difference between Java and Python. So if you can quickly start with the Django framework, it
See,
will be helpful.
see, why we are going to learn this Django means some basic things I'm giving. So what is the use of Django? That's why I'm telling these all points. So if you know about this Python related all features, then you are expecting directly Django. Maybe some people require this all differentiation. Why we need to learn this Django framework? So when they are having understanding about these all things, then they will realizing, okay, what is the use of this Django framework? Okay, so
Okay.
first 1-2 days demo sessions. So you need to understanding these all things, guys. Even though you know all the points. Okay, so here so many languages are there: Python, Java, these all things. So Python is nowadays a general purpose programming language. We are calling Python is calling general purpose programming language. So why we are calling Python is a general purpose programming language means, now I'll tell, can see clearly. Okay, so here our sorry, our Python software is there. Python. Okay, now using the Python, what you are going to developing? So using the Python nowadays, you can developing so data science application, data science related. Okay, data science and robotics, robotics, so machine learning, machine machine learning. Next, deep learning related. Okay, and data science, AI, artificial intelligence course. Okay, now web development, web applications, we can developing. Understand this one? So next, n number of things are there: artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, and healthcare related. Okay, robotics, data science, Hadoop's. Okay, Hadoop's concept, DevOps concept, DevOps concept, like this. N number of technologies are there. Okay, so if you want to learn data science or robotics or machine learning, deep learning, these all things, Python is mandatory, guys. Okay, so in these all technologies, in these all various courses, we are going to use this Python software. That's why first Python you need to learn, and then you can choose data science as your career. Okay, so Python you are going to learn, and then robotics you can choose as your career. Next, Python with machine learning, Python with deep learning, same like Python with artificial intelligence, Python with web applications, Python with Hadoop's. Okay, Python with DevOps, like a number of variations are there, guys. A number of variations. So if you want to choose your career to developing the web applications, okay, then Python you need to learn, and then you are going to choose this web application as your career. Web application, understand this one? So here web application nothing but by using the Django. Instead of this one, you can take here Django, for example. So Django framework. Okay, otherwise I will develop here, can see. Here I'm going to write Django framework. Django framework, guys. Okay, so like a data science, robotics, machine learning, deep learning, Django is also one concept, one course. Django is also one framework related course. Okay, so why we are going to learn this Django framework means, if you want to developing the web applications, if you want to developing the web applications, then we are going to learn this Django framework. Understand this one? After learning Python, so you are going to learn the Django framework. Why means to developing the web applications. So web application means like Amazon applications, Flipkart application, Swiggy, Zomato, Book My Show. Understand this one? Bank applications, SBI online banking, ICICI online banking, Andhra Bank online banking, HDFC online banking. Like these all are nothing but web applications only, sir. Okay, so if you want to developing these kind of web applications, then we are going to learn this Django framework. Are you understand this one? Why we are going to learn this Django framework means, So if you want to choose web development as your career, then go for Django framework. Using the Django framework, more easily we are going to developing the applications compared to other language related frameworks. Here is one. So we have so many languages, so many, each language having so many frameworks. So we are going to learn this Django framework. So here Python side, Django is a framework. Not only Django, so many are there. For example, Flask is also one framework. Flask is also one framework, guys. So Django framework, Flask framework, Bottleneck framework, like so many are there. So nowadays, Python side, as a Python developer, so Python is you need to learn, first of all, Python you need to learn 100%, and then Django framework people are learning more and more. So 90% projects, 90% projects are going on the Django framework. Okay, so pure less applications or less projects are going on the Flask framework. 10% of projects are going on the Flask framework after learning the Python, guys. Clear this one? That's why as a student after Python we are choosing this Django framework if you want to developing the web applications. Why means after learning Django, when you are attending the interviews, so more interview calls you are going to get on this Django framework. Okay, so once you are understanding the Django framework means automatically you will get it about this Flask framework also. Almost looks like same, small differences only there. So why we are choosing Django only? Why not Flask? If you are getting that doubt, so Django is for web application development only, and Flask also web development only. But using the Django framework, so big projects we can developing, guys. Okay, so large project if you want to developing, then Django is best one. Small projects, small projects if you want to develop, then you can use the Flask framework also. That's why Flask is not getting more demanding nowadays. Maybe in coming soon, coming years, this Flask also going to get demanding. For example, Java side if you are taking, as Java side if you are taking, so Java is a language. In this Java language, so many frameworks are there. For example, Spring is there, Spring framework. Nowadays, Spring Boot, these all things getting more demanding. Okay, so olden days, Struts framework people are using. So nowadays, Spring framework using. Not only this thing, Hibernate is there. Okay, so Hibernate framework is there. Like a number of frameworks are there in Java side. So what is the demanding, or else in your company, some people are using the Spring, some people are using the Struts, some people are using Hibernate, like different frameworks they are using to developing the applications. Okay, now same like inside Python also. Python is a language, Django is a framework, Flask is a framework. Nowadays more and more using the Django and less percentage using the Flask framework. Clear this one? So at the end of the session, so after completing this Django about the Flask, so all the overview I'll give you basic scenario about the Flask. Okay, so here one major difference why you are choosing Django only, why not Flask, I'm telling guys. So Django is providing one ORM structure layer, providing object relational mapping. Okay, so Flask is not providing a built-in ORM. Flask is not providing built-in ORM. Django is providing built-in ORM. So what is the ORM? What is the ORM is object relational mapping. So what is the use of this one? I'm telling clearly. Remember. Okay. So using the Django framework, you are going to communicate with one database, guys. So many databases are there. MySQL one database, Oracle one database, MongoDB one database. Okay, SQL Server one database. Like a number of databases are there real time. So using your Django framework, you are going to developing one application. Your application, if you want to communicate with any one database, then we require a database language, database structure. Sir, keep your speaker in mute. Yeah, guys. So using our frameworks, okay, we are going to interact with one database. So using Django, I'm going to developing one application. That application wants to communicate with one database, guys, like Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB, like a number of things. So if you want to communicate with MySQL, initial days for your project you are going to use MySQL DB, sir. Then MySQL related queries you are writing generally. SQL queries, create table name, insert into table name, select star from table name, like queries are there, database queries. So you are going to use the DB queries, particular database what you are using. So for my Django project, I'm using MySQL, sir. After 2 months developing, then I'm changing to Oracle DB. MySQL DB changing to like a Oracle DB. Okay. Then no need of disturbing our Django code. No need of disturbing our existing Django code, sir. Only we are going to give database settings only. Previously you given about the MySQL. Now you are going to give about the Oracle. Instead of MySQL, you are changing like a Oracle name only. But queries, SQL queries, we are not going to change. SQL queries, we are not going to change. Obviously, from MySQL format to Oracle format, automatically you are going to get, guys, by using the ORM structure. Okay. So here simply in Django we are not writing the SQL queries. First of all, select star from table name, like this we are not writing. Django having one model concept, coming session you are going to get. So that is using the mod. We are going to developing the models. Using the models, we are going to communicating with MySQL. If you are using Oracle, we are going to communicate with Oracle. If you are using the MongoDB, automatically communicate with MongoDB. Whatever the DB you are using for your project, in the database format, automatically converting our model. That is the ORM structure, sir. Behavior, built-in structure is there. Okay. But if I'm using the Flask framework, so here no ORM is there. No ORM is there in the Flask framework. Then what you are going to do? What you are going to do means here everything manually we are going to write the queries. Everything manually you are going to write the SQL queries. No ORM is there, guys. No ORM is there. So no ORM is not there means SQL queries. SQL queries we are going to write. So for MySQL, if you want to write the query, select star from table name you are writing for getting data. For MongoDB, different query you are going to use. Okay, db dot table name dot find method you are going to use. Particular database dot particular table name dot find method you are using. By using the find method, you are going to get the data. But in MySQL, by using the select command, you are going to get the data. Means using the Flask, first of all, initial days you are using the MySQL DB, guys. Then MySQL format related SQL queries you are writing. Later you are deciding to communicate with MongoDB. Then all SQL queries, MySQL related queries, you are going to remove, and then again recreating, one more time creating in the form of MongoDB. Means this is getting a lot of burden on the developers. So many areas you are going to changing the code using the Flask framework. But using the Django, no need to change the queries. Only database settings only we are changing. Somewhere we are going to use MySQL settings. In same place you are removing that one, you are giving Oracle settings. That is the best advantage in Django framework compared to Flask framework, sir. That's why Django framework is getting more demanding nowadays. Are you understanding this point, all of you, guys? And in Django, when we are installing the Django, coming session I'll tell how we installing these all things. When we are installing the Django framework, so many predefined modules are coming. So many predefined modules are coming. What is module? When you are learning about the Python only, you are getting. In Python, every .py file we are calling the module. Every .py file, Python files we are calling the modules only. Okay. So when we are installing the Django framework, so many predefined modules also coming, and also Django framework by default creating some default applications, ready-made applications also there in this Django framework. So when we are developing one application, any application you can take, for example Swiggy you can take, or else Zomato you can take as real-time applications. Okay, so for every application the admin people is also there and users also there. Every application admin people are there and users are there. Users means the people who are using Zomato application and they are buying the products, okay, items, food items, who are buying, Okay, those people you are calling users. Who are the admin people? Admins nothing but developers related. Okay, so the people who are maintaining the Zomato application, who are developing and maintaining the Zomato application, then those people you are calling admin people. Okay, so admin people so interacting with the Zomato application and using Zomato application, they are interacting with the database. Inside that the Zomato DB, they are maintaining all items information. Okay, for example, Zomato is maintaining vegetarian items, non-vegetarian items. So every item, vegetarian today on biryani is there, chicken biryani, mutton biryani, like just assumptions. Okay, so each item is so and so cost. Like this, everything is maintaining in the database by admin people. Okay, later as a user we are sending the request www.zomato.com, then we are getting the Zomato homepage. In that homepage all items we are getting with the image and cost, every information. Okay, whatever you want you are going to buy, selecting that one you are going to give order, finally you are going to get the items. Am I right? Real time everybody is doing like that. Okay, so admin people is maintaining all item information with the cost, all the things in the database. As a user we are going to use those all information and we are going to order. Clear this one? So admin people interacting with Zomato database, one ready-made application is their admin application. That admin application is developed by Django framework by default. As a developer we are not going to create admin application, by default is coming along with Django into our projects. Okay, but if you are using the Flask framework, then for admin people interaction purpose we need to developing the application separately, admin application. Okay, so that is the one benefit in Django. And Django having templates concept. Django is having templates concept. Templates means HTMLs. So HTML, home.html, login.html, logout.html, register.html, contact.html, like this a number of HTML pages are there. So these all HTMLs officially technically we are calling templates in Django, templates. Okay, so Django by default comes with the template structure, by default comes, but in Flask by default not coming. We need to install separate modules for supporting the templates. Clear this one? Like using the Flask framework, a lot of extra modules we need to install, guys. But using the Django framework, so many we are going to get by default. So when you are developing the applications, Zomato you can take, Swiggy you can take, BookMyShow you can take, Amazon, Flipkart, e-commerce related. All applications required home page, and the login page, logout page, registration page, forgot password page. Okay, so like some ready-made HTMLs are there, guys. So when you are using the Django framework, Django framework is by default providing some templates, nothing but HTML. Login HTML providing by default, logout providing, register providing, forget password providing. Okay, so no need of developing as a developer ourselves. Okay, automatically available using the Django framework. Then we can reuse those predefined things. So if you are reusing existing files, means what is the duplicate code is reducing and the performance is increasing. Within the less time we can developing our rest of the project. Okay, for example 200 lines you want write, guys. Out of 200 lines, 100 lines already given by Django framework ready-madely. We are going to import those 100 lines. You are going to write your own code remaining 100 lines. Then obviously we are saving the time. When we are saving the time, cost saving. When you are saving the cost and the time, then the performance is increasing. I mean time saving only, performance is increasing. Okay, and when you are reusing the existing code without writing again and again, so duplicate code reducing. Duplicate code you are reducing means readability is increasing, reading is more easy, complexity is decreasing, problems are not getting. Okay, like a number of benefits are there using the Django framework. That's why after learning Python we are going to learn this Django framework for developing what? Web applications. Everybody is understanding, guys, so far what I'm telling? This is the reason why you are going to developing this Django, why you are going to learning this Django framework. Okay, so here data science 100 people are learning, robotics 100 people are learning, machine learning 100 people are learning. Like this each concept learning by 100 people. Okay, so these all people must be learning what? Python, must be learning Python. Along with Python, if you want to develop in the web application means you are going to learn Django or Flask framework. If you want to go for data science means along with the Python, some other concepts are there in the data science. Those people are going to choose that one. Okay, so here compared to data science, robotics, machine learning, deep learning, these all things. So Django is within the less cost, within the less time we can learn, sir. Okay, so after completing Python, within the less time, I want to complete my remaining course and with less cost only. Immediately I want to get the job. Like this, if you are deciding, then out of these all courses, best choice is Django only. Remaining all things, more cost you need to spend for data science, deep learning, robotics, these all things compared to Django framework, we need to spend some more money, and also duration also increasing. For example, Django framework 45 days enough to learn, 45 to nearly 50 days, guys. Okay, so if you are learning, if you want to learn deep learning or data science, these all things, then minimum 4 5 months required to learn these all things, guys. 4 5 months required. So more time you need to spend. Are you understand this one? Okay, so maximum day to day if you are doing practice, Python 2 months, Django 2 months, hardly. Python 2 months, Django 2 months, 4 months, guys. Okay, when you are learning the Django only, Django related one extra tool is there, real time tool, that is a very helpful for getting the jobs easily. That is a Django REST framework. Simply we are calling REST APIs. Okay, so along with Django only, we can learn also that one. After completing some days, half of the course completing about the Django, then you can plan about the Django REST framework also. So Django REST framework is, I mean, giving a lot of benefits for getting the job easily. Real-time development, 100% REST framework also required. Okay, so Django framework and Django REST framework, both within the 2 months you can complete. That is parallel, you can do it, no problem. And Python separately you are learning. So maximum 4 months you are spending and you can crack the interviews. Crack the interviews, guys. Okay, so recently only, sir, recently only, so one person, the person name is Yogi. So the person already employed, uh, working on BPO side, night shifts working. So the person already got married and one baby also got. Okay, so recently the person resigned to that BPO work job and learning this Python, Django related framework, guys. Okay, so Python learning in our Durga Institute only, and after that Django and REST API learning by me, Django and REST API. Okay, so recently 1 month back, the person joined in Hyderabad location, one company with good packages. Clear is one. So REST API is important for crack the interview, sir. REST API is important for cracking the interview, sir. First of all, REST API if you want to learn means 100% Django is required. Why Django means web application development. After developing web application, then we are going to add some extra benefits, extra features to our application to make our application more beautiful or more powerful. That is a REST API. So right now, forget about in your mind, forget about REST API. Just think about the Django framework. Why we are going to develop? Why we are going to learn this Django framework? So to developing the web applications. Okay. So any applications, if you want to developing, then one framework is required. That framework is nothing but Django framework. We are choosing here. Clear is one. So first of all, what is a framework? What is a framework? Means framework is nothing but a software only. Django framework nothing but this is also one software. Clear is one. So framework is nothing but a software only. These frameworks are used for developing the applications. Frameworks are used for developing the applications, guys. Okay, pure applications we can developing using the frameworks. So I'll tell about the frameworks. Can say framework is a software which is used to create the dynamic websites. Framework is a collection of classes and APIs. Framework is a collection of classes and APIs, guys. Okay, so predefined classes, predefined APIs are there. API stands for application programming interface. Application programming interfaces. ready-made APIs are there. Okay, every API is containing a collection of classes, methods, like so many things, built-in things. So we can use those all things. Okay, so now framework is a collection of framework is a collection of APIs and classes, collection of APIs and classes, which are used for frameworks. Frameworks are used for developing the softwares. Okay, frameworks are used for developing the softwares. This is the point, guys. Okay, so Django framework, we are discussing about the Django framework. So Django framework is nothing but one software. That point, remember. So frameworks are used to solve our problems. When we face at the time of developing the web application. Using pure Python, you can develop. But instead of developing Python using Python, when we are using the Python related frameworks, then more easily we can develop in the softwares. Okay, why means every framework is providing some architecture. So Django also is providing one standard architecture, MVT architecture is there. I'll tell about that one more clearly. Okay, so by using the Django architecture, more easily we can developing the applications. Okay, that point, remember. So framework are used to solve our problems when we face at the time of developing the web applications. So we are going to developing some applications. So we are getting some problems to solve those problems when we are using the frameworks. So we are getting a lot of benefits. Clear this one? So frameworks are mainly developed to developing the dynamic web application as well as static web applications also. Okay, so dynamic web applications and static applications are there. So generally when you are going to developing the applications, so all applications are dividing like two types, guys. Okay, so two types of applications are there. Two types of applications are there. So one is what? Static applications. Static applications. Okay, so second one is what? Static applications. Static applications. Second one is dynamic applications. Dynamic applications. Clear this one? So what are the static applications and what are the dynamic applications? We need to remember that one required. Okay, so nowadays all people are using the smart mobile, guys. Nowadays all people are using the smart mobiles. Okay, in our pocket everybody is having mobile. In our mobile hundreds of apps are there. We are using regularly so many applications. Clear this one? So these all applications are dividing like two types. These all applications are dividing like two types. Some are static applications, some are dynamic applications. Okay, so what applications we are calling static application means the applications which are working, the applications which are working without internet, without internet. So which are working as, which are working without internet, without internet, then those applications we are calling the static applications. Clear this one? The applications which are working without internet, then those applications we are calling the static applications. For example, static applications in our mobile, what applications are working sir without internet? So you can take a contact page. Contact page, this is one application. Contact app is there. Okay, so next calendar, you can take calendar, excel sheet, without internet working. Alarm app is there. Okay, without internet working. Contact page, calendar page, excel sheet, alarm, message app, these all things are without internet working. So these all applications we are calling the static applications. Clear response? And dynamic applications. Dynamic applications. So the applications which are working with internet only, the applications which are working with the internet only, then those applications we are calling the dynamic applications which are working with internet only. Then these applications we are calling dynamic applications. For example, in our mobile, Gmail application is there. Gmail application, YouTube application, WhatsApp, PhonePe, Paytm. Okay, so like a number of applications are there: Gmail, YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, PhonePe, Google Pay. Like these all things are with the internet only working with the internet only working. Without internet, we are unable to use this Gmail application, YouTube application. These all things are okay. So these applications we are calling dynamic applications. So using the Django framework, you can developing both static applications and dynamic applications. Are you understand this one? So that is the benefit of the Django framework. So you can say when we are, you can see here, when we are developing any one application, this is my application, guys. This is my application. When we are developing one application, every application is having both front end coding and back end coding, guys. Front end coding and back end coding. Okay. So if you want to developing the presentation part, nothing but front end, and business logic, nothing but back end. So for your application, if you want to developing the presentation code, then we are going to use UI technologies, UI technologies, user interfaces. Okay, so nothing but HTML, guys. HTML, CSS, bootstrap, like a number of courses are there: HTML, CSS, bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, like a number of things. So using these all things, the presentation we are going to developing for our application, and using the frameworks. Okay, so for example, Python, one language, Python related framework, Django framework, you are going to developing the backend code. This is for backend related, this is for front end related. Clear this one? So already you completed this Python, you are learning. Okay, not only not completing also, no problem. Some minimum basics if you know about Python, that is enough for learning Django. Okay, so now we are going to learn this Django framework. Using this Django, pure backend code we are going to developing as pure backend code we are going to developing according to our business. Okay, why you are going to learn this Django framework means for our application related backend code, business logics we are calling backend, nothing but business logics. So for our application related business logics, if you want to develop in, then we are going to learn this Django framework. Only presentation if you want to developing means, then you are going to learn this UI technologies. So this is the backend part, this is the front end part. Always users interact with the front end part only. So you can see here one small thing I will explaining. So here front end is there, now here back end is there, back end, and here one database is there. When we are developing the application, 3-layer architecture important. Every application is following the 3-layer architecture: layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So layer 1 is what? Front end, sir, presentation. Okay, presentation code. So using what? UI you are going to developing. Okay, now layer 2 is business logics we are calling, business logics, business code. Okay, so I'm going to take like a business code, nothing but this is using the Django you are going to developing. Now this is a database related. Okay, database purpose. So for example, MySQL, you can take MySQL or Oracle, something, guys. DB knowledge also required. When we are discussing about the Django framework, I will take care about the MySQL, everything, MySQL related all the commands. Okay, now users will interact with UI, sir. Users will interact with the UI, nothing but presentation. So this presentation interacting with the backend business code, presentation code interact with the business code. Now business code interact with the database. Okay, then you can store some data into database. Users, here one user is there, so user sending some data, guys. User sending some data to store into database, for example. Okay, so using the presentation, the person giving a employee number, employee name, salary, like this, some information giving, for example, then that is coming to backend code receiving data from the presentation and sending to database. Finally, after creating one response, you are going to get successfully created like this. One response you are going to get, guys. Clear this one? Okay, now business code giving that response to front end. That response to front end giving. Now this response can understanding by user. Now user can get the confirmation, yes, my data is created. Are you understanding this one? So both the front end, back end, and database related, three things must be required. So when we are going to developing our when we are going to learn our Django related this front end, how we are going to developing, I will take care myself. I will teach UI technologies also what is required for developing our applications. Okay, and using Django, how we are going to developing this business code. This business code, how interacting with the front end, how interacting with the MySQL DB. These all things I'll take care. And the same time, I'll take care about the MySQL also. As a Python side developer, we are going to interact with MySQL and some special classes I'll teach guys about the MongoDB. Nowadays, MongoDB is also getting more demanding, trending DB. Okay, as a Python developer, when you are attending the interviews, in your resume, if you are putting MySQL also, interview person asking, do you know about MongoDB? Do you know about MongoDB? Asking. That's why about the MongoDB also, I'm going to teach in these sessions. In online batches only, I'm teaching these all things. Previously in my offline batches, only MySQL only I teach guys. Okay, so MongoDB related, how installing, what queries are there to interact with the DB, Django to MongoDB, how interacting, these all things I'll take care. Except MongoDB, remaining DBs, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, these all things like one way. Okay, MongoDB is having separate procedure, so I'll take care about that one. Clear this one? Okay, so here our main target is this one guys, Django development. So when we are learning any framework backend code purpose, all framework developers must be knowing about the database knowledge also, DB knowledge also. And parallelly here we are also going to learn about the UI technologies. So if you want to learn more completely UI coding, then separate UI courses are going guys, separate UI batches are going. So 2 months only UI course only teaching, 2 months. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, like these all things separately 2 months they are teaching. Okay, so if you want to get more clearly about the UI, you can learn about that one. And separate databases courses also going, separate DBs 2 months they are teaching. Okay, but here Django only we are learning within the 2 months. So when we are developing our application, what is required for our application, those all presentation and those the database related, I will take care everything. Okay, so in your system, in your room, you are only UI developer, you are only Django developer, you are only DB developer. Okay, so when you knows about these all things, then that person we are calling, full stack developer guys, full stack developer. Okay, nowadays these full stack developers are having more market, good demanding, full stack developer having good demanding, good packages you are getting, and more interview calls you are getting guys. Okay, so the people who are working on only this front end side, the people who are working on only this front end side, then we are calling front end developer, and who are working only this back end, then we are calling back end developer, and who are working only on this DB, then we are calling DB developer, database developer. Okay, front end developer, back end developer, DB developer. The people who are working on these three areas, then we are calling full stack developer. So full stack developers getting the more demanding. So when you are joining in MNC company, some people are working only UI, some are working on backend, some are working on DB. But as a student, you need to becoming like a full stack developer. Means in your system, you are only responsible for developing the UI, for developing the Django, for developing the DB. That's why these three things we are going to planning here, guys. Are you understanding this one? Okay, so okay guys, remember today only I given why you are going to learn this Django framework, these all things. So next session history about the Django, why Django framework is developed, where developed, who developed. Okay, so these all regions and at what year developed. Okay, when they are released to public, like history about the Django we will discuss. Once completing the history, then features about the Django we will discuss. Django is providing so many ready-made features. Features, then Django. Clear this one? So history and futures we need to discuss next session. Then why you are going to decide why you are learning this Django framework. So you are going to get the full clarification. Okay. After that, now next session onwards, we will discuss about Django completely. How installing the Django, where installing, after installing what files coming. These all Django settings, these all things one by one, we are going to learn. So one point remember here, when you are developing the Python, so Python related a single file only you are developing, demo.py, example.py, sample.py like this. But when we are going to developing the Django, so collection of files, almost by default 10 files are coming along with the Django project. Okay, so 10.py files coming. These all files interconnected each other, one file to another file interconnected, and we are developing. In one file only database related, in one file only presentation related, in one file only business related, in one file database settings we are giving, in one file URLs we are writing what you want to execute. Like this separately we are maintaining, all together going to be communicated. This is I'll take care everything. Django architecture is there. According to architecture, everything is going to be communicated. Do you understand this one? Okay, guys. So for this today, this is enough. And next session, I will explaining remaining all things. And I'll stop this recording. And if you have any queries, can ask me. Clear?
Sir, I have a
Yeah, guys.
question.
Yeah, tell
Can you
me,
hear
guys.
me?
Yeah, tell
Okay.
me.
Let's say if we learn Django, ultimately after the session, will we be able to create our web pages or the application, or we will be managing the application? How exactly it is going to happen?
See, you are able to developing the applications like e-commerce application. Okay, what is Amazon related, Flipkart related, that kind of applications you can developing, no problem. And you can also managing the application, existing applications. We can real time product based, service based, like two types there. So you can also managing existing projects. We can managing using the Django. Ready-made applications are there, admin site kind of things. Then we can managing. So majorly we are going to developing the applications using the Django framework. So I will also teach one application, okay, like a real-time project. After complete learning all the projects, all the concepts in Django, so many concepts are there. After learning all the concepts, when we are learning what particular concept related, I will teach programs. Okay, so a lot of projects we are going to do sub projects. After learning all the concepts, by combining all these projects, we are going to add data, removing data, updating data, deleting data. We are going to display some products on the console, I mean browser. After displaying products, you can choose whatever the products you want to buy, then you can buy it, that one. These all things I'll show you end of this session. Clear this one? Any queries, guys? Anybody? Ajay, Jitendra, Mamta, Mohit.
Can you hear me, sir?
Now you hear me.
Okay, sorry, sir. Yeah, last question, sir. Sir, let's say I have learned
Yeah.
data science also. So in the end, I hope we will be able to create dashboards also, let's say, because data science is more towards writing algorithms, and then, at the back end, you're doing something. But when it comes to presenting certain things, we require to create dashboards as well. I hope after this session, we will be able to do that. This is the only question I have.
Yeah. Actually, here web applications, how developing using the back end and front end, and how we are interacting with the database. These all things I'm going to planning here in these batches. I'm going to teach. Okay, so like a e-commerce related products, how we are displaying those products information, how we are maintaining, and how we are going to buying those products, and these all things I'm showing. For dashboard related, ready-made admin site is there, sir. Here, ready-made admin site is there. So I'm going to teach about admin site. A predefined code is there, and how we are going to overcome that predefined code, and we are going how we are going to write according to our wish. whatever you want to display on the admin site. Okay, so these all things are using the admin site related dashboard I'm going to teach. So self dashboard I'm not going to discuss here. That is the point. Okay, a ready-made application is there admin related. I'm going to teach about that one more clearly. Real-time coding, normal student level coding, all the things.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other one? Anybody others? Yeah, guys. So shall I close session? We'll
And sir,
meet
about
tomorrow.
timings, how is it going to happen? Every once in a, I mean, every day, 5 times in a day. How is it?
See, Monday to Saturday we will discuss, sir. Monday to Saturday, Sunday is all day. Okay.
Okay, in the
Monday to
morning.
Saturday.
Okay, sir.
6 days. 6 days I'll take regularly. Okay, so otherwise if any people having interviews, more people, majority of people, for example, sometimes suddenly festivals coming like these things, then based on the people interest, people requirement, so we can take the holiday, special days. Clear this one? Only
Sure,
Sunday,
sir.
officially Sunday is all day, remaining 6 days we are going to meet.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And here regularly whatever the concept we are discussing after completing tomorrow also session, then I'll take all people mails. Okay, and regularly after completing one session, that session related soft copy typing material and class notes, previously my offline batches class notes also there. Okay, so class notes I'll forward to your mail, and also whatever the projects we are doing practice in these sessions. Okay, regularly, so one project completing, immediately that project sending to your mail for practice purpose. These all things myself I will take care. And videos also what we are discussing here. Videos also you are going to get. Videos will share by our team, online team, office people. Okay, I'm sharing only text files, whatever the concept we are discussing, and a class notes file, and also projects what we are doing practice. These things I'll share regularly, day to day, what we completing concept. Immediately I'll share that one for next class understanding purpose. Okay, so day
Okay,
to
sir.
day what I said, these things you need to be preparing. And at the end of these sessions, some programs after developing these all things, some real-time tools are there to testing our APIs, our URLs really working or not, these all things. Then some real-time tools I will introduce. For example, one Postman is a tool is there. Swagger, one tool is there. Nowadays more training. Okay, so these tools how we are downloading and how we are installing, how we are interconnected with our Django related, these things I'll take care. Clear this one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, guys. So any other one? Otherwise, I'll stop the session. Now I have another class also at 10 o'clock only. Your senior batch. People are waiting.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Yeah, guys. Who is that one? Jitendra. So regularly we are discussing that one only. How to developing the project in Django. Okay. So Django related lot of files are there. Models, views, URLs, templates, like these things. These all things are practically development related coding. We are going to developing. Okay. We will do it about the coding. Okay. Each importing so many three different things we are importing. Why we are importing these all things we will discuss clearly. How we are importing and why importing. How it is executing, like these all things we are going to discuss clearly. Clear this one, Jitendra? Yeah, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.